Africa's
nation is based on the inspiration from ubiquitous African leaders like Nelson Mandela, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and Kwame Nkrumah.
The Institute offers curriculum deeply focused on cultivating leadership and places wisdom collected from indigenous African cultures and progressive philosophies at the center of its programs.
Our leadership course include Corporate Leadership Professional Course,
Professional Women's Leadership Course,
Philanthropic Leadership Professional Course,
Student and Youth Leadership Short Course,
Political Leadership Professional Course,
the Personal MBA Business Leadership Professional Course.
Whether you choose an online program or not, you will be interacting heavily with your fellow executives.
For those looking to accelerate or change their careers, we provide a rich exposure to your peers and the PALI alumni as you explore. PALI is worldwide, and our alumni is strong.
Visit us at www.panafricanleadership.institute. Simply fill an application form and proceed to greatness.
Contact us, info@panafricanleadership.institute, panafricanleadershipinst@gmail.com. Phone or WhatsApp, +233 55 353 8780.
And it's a very big hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you wonderful leaders from all over the world. We're super excited to welcome you back at PALI. I think we should be doing this every week because there's so many wonderful PALI alumni that I haven't gotten to see your faces for a while, nor seen your name, on one of our PALI classes. And here you are back here at PALI. We're excited. It's our delight to get to serve you, and thank you for allowing us to serve you here at PALI. Well, my name is Kofi Osei Kusi, and I get to serve as president of the Pan-African Leadership Institute. And together with the team, the governing council, the faculty, adjunct faculty, our administrators, our dean, our registrar, and the entire global alumni family of PALI, thank you for being here. And especially, I know this seminar is also open to the public. So we do have some few people that may not know a lot about PALI, but you're going to have a great time as you spend time with perhaps the most wonderful leadership family in the whole world. All right, we're going to start by singing one of our anthems. Here at PALI, we have two main anthems, and we sing one of them at the start of the class. So please put on your dancing shoes because we're going to be singing the funky anthem. And of course, it's my duty to just go over the lyrics of this anthem as we get ready for our emotional intelligence and networking time together. And so you want to take your time and close your eyes. Please close your eyes and open your eyes. Close your eyes and visualize. Africa is paradise. Probably you may not see it now, but I know we're going to be free one day. We will be breaking all the chains, leave the past with all the pain. Stand up tall, neglect the shame. Africa, hear them scream my name. Change is coming, people. Change is coming in the world. Change is here. Let's get together. We can make it. It starts with you. Yes, you and I. If you believe it, Africa is making it. This anthem is produced by one of our distinguished facilitators here at PALI in the person of Mami Afon. And so let's sing and let's dance to this anthem as we get ready for the rest of our time together. And as the anthem is playing, please share the link with your friends, invite your friends and family. There's so much coming up in this less than 2 hour session. So invite your friends, share the link with your friends, invite your friends and family on social media, bring them here and let them come and get something for free out of PALI. Let's enjoy the anthem right now. Thank you.
One day, African people, wake up, make you shine your eye. You know that it be time we for change the game. Together we for stand, wait together we gon' move. Wanna shame, wanna frown, flip upside down. Next generation, raise them a level. Flex them a muscle, bless up them a hustle. Sky be the limit, yo, no fear. And it right here, right now, prime time.
Change is coming, right here, right now. Change is here, we are the change. Let's get together, right here, right now. We can make it, we are the change. It starts with you, right here, right now. You and I, we are the change. If we believe it, right here, right now. Africa will make it, yeah. Africa, yeah. Mama, Africa, we are the change. Right here, right now. We are the change. Right here, right now. We are the change. Africa will make it, yeah. Right here, right now. Mama, Africa. Right here, right now. We are the change. Right here, right now. We are the change. Together, Africa. Right here, right now. We are the change. Together, yeah. Right here, right now. We are the change. 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 Right here, right now.
All right, distinguished leaders, what do you say about Africa? Welcome to Africa, the next superpower of the world. Believe it or not, Africa is getting ready to lead the world. And that is why PALI is here, working with you, you and I. Together, we lead the world, and we lead the world in a new dimension of leadership. And so if you love the anthem, you want to put something in the chat room and say, I just love that anthem. Africa, right here, right now. You and I, we are the change. Distinguished leaders, welcome to the Pan-African Leadership Institute. And this is the Pan-African Leadership Institute seminar on emotional intelligence and networking. We're going to be spending time breaking out into smaller groups and getting to know people. We're going to be having some self-introductions. And then, of course, we have a distinguished leader who is going to be sharing something with us about emotional intelligence. And of course, we're going to be having time to ask a lot of questions. PALI, we have alumni in more than 46 nations around the world. And distinguished leaders, we start class after this anthem with a short welcoming speech. And for the welcoming speech, we go all the way to the nation of Zimbabwe, great nation of Zimbabwe, one of the major nations represented here at PALI. And, you know, as I was thinking about introducing the person to deliver this welcoming, I just thought about a poem. I don't know if you know this poem, but it's funny. I just remember that poem today. I remember this poem, you know, when I was a little child. Where are the words? Let me find them. But it says something like, if all the oceans came together and became one big ocean, and if all the trees were put together to become one big tree, and if all the axes in the world were put together to become one big axe, and then if all the men in the world were put together to become one big man, and what if that one big man took that big axe and fell the big tree, then what a great, into the ocean, then what a great splash it would be. All right, as I thought about that poem, I just thought about this couple here at PALI. We do have some power couples. It's amazing how one person comes for a PALI class, and then after the class, he goes to bring the wife and say, you better take courses at PALI too. And then some people go further and bring their children and say, you got to come and take some courses at PALI too. So we do have families that have come together because they believe that if everybody in their family is developed as a leader, then what a great family that will be. Distinguished leaders, we have a great family. Why? Because the gentleman has done several courses at PALI, and so has the wife. And we have the person of Mr. and Mrs. Farai Mangada, Mr. Farai and Mrs. Betty Mangana from Zimbabwe. They are entrepreneurs. And Mr. Farai also serves as the chairman of the Bulawayo Business Association. I know he's about boarding a flight, but between him and the wife, they are one powerful family because they're developing themselves as leaders. Let's welcome Mr. and Mrs. Farai Manganda. They are in different locations. One is in South Africa, born in the flight, one is probably in Zimbabwe. So you're welcome to deliver the welcoming speech and to kick off our session together with a prayer. Please put in the chat room and welcome them. Let's invite Mr. and Mrs. Manganda. Please take over. Thank you.
Greetings from Zimbabwe.
Hey.
Hey, Dr. Coffee. Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you. It's supposed to be a secret. I don't know who let it out of the bag.
Well, it's out and we caught up on the secret. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm hoping Farai will be able to join us, but if not, he's sent me his notes. So I'm going to read his speech, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for honoring us and giving us this platform to lead and to just express ourselves. I would like us to bow our heads and I'll pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity that you've given us. We come before you, Lord, in gratitude and in humility. We are grateful for the gift of life. We are humbled, Father, for handpicking us and choosing us, setting us apart for this role of leadership in our different countries, our different walks of life, and our different spheres of influence. Father, I thank you for a transformational event that we are going to have this evening. We thank you, Father, for this meetup. We thank you, Father, that you will transform the lives of the people. You'll transform the perspective of the leaders. You'll transform their perceptions, and you transform their minds and renew them, Father, to think from a global platform. We thank you, Lord, that our leaders will speak unity, peace, love, and Ubuntu. We thank you, Lord, for the breaking of the yoke of psychological bondage from our continent, Africa, the removal of tribal, religious, regional, and cultural barriers that have hindered us from progress for all these years. Father, we thank you for raising a generation that can stand and say, as for me and my house, we will praise the Lord. As for me and my institution, we will praise the Lord. As for me and my organization, we will praise the Lord. Father, we thank you for this platform. We thank you for the networking tonight, the opportunities, the fostering of relationship that will span for years to come. Thank you for scaling our leadership reach to touch beyond borders and bring the economies of our nations to bow to the name of Jesus. May each one of us be impacted, transformed, and equipped to be a better leader, can serve in humility, and who can dare to serve at the front of the battlefield. We thank you for this night, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
A big
Thank
amen.
you.
You can say an amen in the chat room.
Amen. I think I'll have to read. I'm reading the opening speech from Farai. All right. This is from Zimbabwe to the distinguished PALI leadership and alumni joining us today. Today is indeed an exceptional occasion. I want to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this virtual networking event. We are honored to host leaders from across the globe in this important initiative. On behalf of PALI Zimbabwe, I also wish to convey a belated happy birthday to Dr. Coffee. Your remarkable contributions to fostering outstanding leadership in our generation is immensely valued. May you continue to be blessed with wisdom and success. I'd like to present a compelling question to you all. Why haven't you yet visited Zimbabwe? If you have hesitated before, consider these undeniable reasons. Number one, community of leaders. The Zimbabwe PALI Alumni Network boasts over 20 leaders from diverse sectors, ensuring you will feel a strong sense of belonging when you visit. Number 2, strategic location. Situated in the heart of Southern Africa, is a fantastic and perfectly positioned host to house the PALI, the SADC PALI regional office. Number 3, cultural diversity. With 16 official languages and the freedom to worship as you please, Zimbabwe is truly a welcoming and inclusive destination. Number 4, youthful population. With a youthful demographic comprising of 67.77%. Zimbabwe is a vibrant atmosphere brimming with growth potential. Number 5, rich natural resources. Zimbabwe is rich in stands out at 89.85%. Zimbabwe is both socially advanced and technological relevant. Number 7, stunning tourism. We are home of Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world, and various breathtaking tourist sites. Zimbabwe is definitely a great travel destination. Number 8, flexible economy. Our multi-currency system facilitates straightforward business transactions, making it easier while you are here. Agricultural potential. Favorable rainfall and climate combined with 41.88% of the land set aside for agriculture creates vast investment prospects. Number 10, peace and stability. Zimbabwe is a safe haven, marked by tranquility and stability, as evidenced by China's growing investments here. Number 11, shared values and history. Our collective history and values with many African nations closely align Zimbabwe with the continent's values and aspirations. With these compelling reasons in mind, I urge you to prioritize forging enduring connections with Zimbabwe PALI alumni. This could lead you to some amazing new opportunities. Thank you and welcome to this remarkable PALI networking event. May this prove invaluable for each of us. From Farai Kizito Manganda, the PALI Global Ambassador. Thank you very much.
What a speech, what a great speech from the PALI Zimbabwe, delivered by Mr. and Mrs. Farai Manganda, and they are entrepreneurs. He serves as the chairman of the Bulawayo Business Association, and of course, also serves as the PALI Global Ambassador for Zimbabwe. Go Zimbabwe, go Zim, go Zim. Oh my gosh, what a great speech. All right, distinguished leaders, without wasting much time, let's get into the first session of our networking. We're gonna do some networking, and then after the networking, we're gonna get into the emotional intelligence. So I'm going to be inviting a distinguished person, a PALI alumni as well, to start the networking conversations for us. We're going to start off with some breakout sessions. He's going to do some introductions before we get into the breakout session. He is a financial consultant. He is a PALI alumni. He is a real estate broker. He is a professional master of ceremonies. And like I said, he is distinguished PALI alumni in the person of Mr. Frank Okante. All right, let's welcome Mr. Okante as he kicks off the conversations around networking before we break out into the breakout sessions. Mr. Okante, we're good for you. Please unmute yourself. Oh, sorry, please try again. Please unmute yourself. Great.
Okay, can I be heard, please?
Yes, you can be seen and heard.
Awesome. A lovely good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. And how are you all doing?
We are good.
Awesome. Good to see all of you again. Trust me, it's a pleasure to be here today to once again connect with all of you from all over the world. Doc, thank you so much. You have set the ball rolling, and indeed, it's always a pleasure to network with all of you right here. So tonight we we want to zoom into what networking is, what it means, and the many advantages that it has for each one of us. So, I just want to start off by sharing with you. 7 years ago, I and I mean, I just started public speaking as an MC, and I was looking everywhere for an opportunity to speak on a platform. But I kept my calm. I met a gentleman. It was a cocktail event. We exchanged numbers every other week. I tried to check up on him. Initially, it was one-sided until after 3 months, he really warmed up into the whole friendship, and we became awesome friends. I met him through a networking event, and today we're still friends, and it's amazing the numerous event platforms this person has linked me to, connected me to, the number of people that he's connected me to, even in my field as a marketer and a financial consultant with a life insurance company. So with all standards, I mean, from every angle, one would say that networking can take you places that you are yet to even get to. In other words, he organized a platform where I educated a bunch of corporate leaders on life insurance and the expense to their lives and their family. And trust me, before I even got there, he had introduced me as such a very lovely personality. And all that, I couldn't have achieved it if I had not connected with this gentleman 7 years ago when I started my public speaking career. So you would all bear with me that it's indeed incredible for us to network at every opportunity that we get. Someone says that I will speak or die. And indeed, it's worth speaking, even if it means mentioning your name and just introducing yourself, what you do. I believe someone will continue the conversation and it will take you somewhere. So then, if I want to outline the advantages of networking, trust me, there are numerous advantages. However, because it's a good thing that can take you places, it also has its own challenges. You know, sometimes you don't even want to communicate. Sometimes you don't want to talk. Sometimes you go to places and you feel like everybody looks a certain way, but you are not looking that way. So it makes it a bit difficult for you to even reach out. But all these challenges, trust me, if one is able to overcome it by gathering confidence and reaching out to say, hey, my name is Frank, and I know you are Dr. Kusi. I've been seeing you, and you touch base, exchange phone numbers, emails, and you start to connect by getting to like the person as a person and being interested in everything that they do. No wonder nobody will tell you that such relationships will grow to become very, very great partnerships that cannot even be limited by your location, whether you are in Ghana, whether you are in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Angola, even in Europe. Nothing can ever, never, ever come between you and the person that you intend to network with. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would say that as much as some of us might be shy, it is worth breaking that. Trust me, I'm an MC, and every time I have an opportunity to host an event, when I get on stage, there's definitely stage fright. Even though I've hosted over 250 events since I started my career, there's always that stage fright that you start to wonder, what are people thinking about me? What are they saying? How do I look in their eyes? But in all that, we overcome it and we get conversant with the people and we deliver whatever we're supposed to deliver. So with time, it gets or becomes a skill how to approach people. Some some people say, or there's always a saying where someone will say that if you meet a very important person within 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 some few seconds, what would you say about yourself? How you communicate and at least break that challenge and have a bond. So tonight we are going to break into um, different groups, and we're going to get talking. We're going to get to know each other more. We are going to share a little bit of ourselves. We're going to network in a nutshell. And I want to believe that after this exercise, we will take it from there. We will nurture it with time. And in the near future, we will create some amazing partnerships amongst ourselves. So at this point in time, Dr. Kusi, um, I want to believe that my it's time for us to do the break-in session. So when we do, we have a little task we're going to do. We're all going to introduce ourselves, your name, country of residence, some brief something about you, your work, what you love, your hobbies, what makes you happy, and once again, one leadership lessons you've learned about PALI or at PALI, your experience at the Pan African Leadership Institute. So we will do that, and we will take it from there. Dr. Kusi,
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think the last sentence that should have been changed, but that's fine. Mr. Eric Jones from the US, please. You want to say something quickly? Please go ahead, sir. He is the CEO of OIDA.
Yes,
oh, yes. I just wanted to say, yes, I just wanted to say thank you. Great advice. I just wanted to give a minute to introduce my organization. We're a nonprofit and we do video conferencing with schools from around the world, connecting them so that they're able to get advice like this, be able to learn more about different cultures around the world. And our latest initiative for 2024 is to connect countries in Africa itself, not just with the rest of the world, but with one another, much like you're doing here, so that we can grow as a people, understanding one another and learn from one another. And that's one of the things that I've learned from PALI, that we each have something to contribute and another. I just wanted to share that about my organization. I'll put the website and email in the chat room for those that are interested. I would love to hear more and be able to connect with you like we're doing here and with your students or schools or organizations. So thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eric Jones. So distinguished leaders, remember the chat room is there for you to put your LinkedIn profile, your website. So let's do something for a few minutes in the plenary before we get into the breakout session. So pop up your hand and introduce yourself. We'll do that in a few minutes before we get into the breakout. So this is a chance you want to catch the early train. Put up your hand and do like a 1 minute or 30-second introduction. And then we're going to do the breakout. So who's going next? Yes, Miss. Yes, Pleasant, please go for it.
Good day, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Blessing Joe from Zimbabwe. I'm into stock market trading, and I lead a financial organization that specializes in teaching people how to make money from the comfort of their homes. So, in other words, we're trying to apply the biblical way of making money with reference to the book of Ecclesiastes 11, verse 1, only on Good News Translation, which says, invest your money in foreign trade, and one of these days you will make a profit. Cast your investments in so many places, for you do not know the bad luck that you might possess life. So we are there to fulfill that scripture, teaching people a modernized way of making money. So we are into partnerships with empowerment organizations, and we come in as people who teach people the new ways of making money. Yes, farming is money. Yes, mining is money, but there has to be a difference between what my great-grandfather was doing and what I'm doing today, considering that time is moving. What I've learned from the importance of teamwork, it's really exposed me to people from different countries. And if I can tell you, I've started talking to other people, and we're trying to plan how best we can merge our businesses for the glorification
Very well
of
said.
Africa. My kid.
Well done, well done, well done for your good work. Ruby, please. Ruby, please go. And at the same time, please kindly continue to also drop your profiles in the chat room as we. Yes, Ruby. Well, let's go to Jamaica. Miss Avette, good to see you.
Good afternoon from Jamaica. Jamaica, no
Wow.
problem. All
Yes,
right,
go ahead.
so name Arbit Henry. About me, I am passionate about mentorship and coaching. I am currently in project management, used to be in IT, used to do, core IT, but I switched over into project management now. So I'm doing project management of people and processes and systems. And within that, I do a lot of coaching, trying to get persons up to the level, coaching for performance, right? And just coaching them about life in general. One thing I learned from PALI is, and just focusing on the chat and persons that put things in daily, is about how to show up daily and show up as your best self. Because if you show up less than that, then you won't be impactful.
Incredible. Thank you. Good to see you. All right, Ruby or anybody else going? Let's do that in just a few minutes. And...
all right.
Yes.
Greetings, everyone. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we can.
All right. Greetings, everyone. All right. My name is Comrade Ruby Yasima David Raymond from Nigeria. Presently a filmmaker at the National Film Institute, and I'm the SUG president by the grace of God. And I'm actually specialized in cinematography, basically filmmaking, and I do photography as a side, hustle. Yeah, and one leadership lesson you learn at PALI. Okay, this is my first time of actually being here, and I'm so excited to be part of this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, let's go to Ambassador Jackie Bomboma. She is PALI's ambassador for that great nation of Tanzania. Ambassador Jackie, please. Jackie, unmute yourself, please.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited being Tanzania. I have done that. Maybe my internet, I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Okay, please. Thank you so much. My name is Jackie Bomboma, and I'm the CEO and founder of Young Strong Mothers Foundation, a non-profitable organization based in Morogoro, Tanzania. And I'm very excited because I am the ambassador lead in Tanzania. So something brief about myself is I'm a mother, but also I'm the founder of Young Strong Mothers Foundation, and also I'm the ambassador of PALI in Tanzania. But one leadership lesson that I learned is it was from Mr. Adebayo, if I'm remembering
Yes,
correctly,
yes, our
when he
chancellor.
was giving us our first speech. Yeah, he said, we are going to be, we are good, but you're going to be better to the best. We are going to have the transition from good to better and to the best. So this was very moving. And then there was a statement, he's saying that if you have not been outside your mother's house, you should not say that your mother's soup is the best. This was very inspiring. And I asked myself, oh my God, I've never been in Ghana with all that hot sauce and everything. What is going on there? So I came to learn that if I don't expand and push myself to risk, to allow being challenged, to meet with different people, to embrace the diversity, that means I will always be the same. So I chose that I need to take time to learn, to unlearn, also to unpack, but also to allow space for other new environment, new learning, new connection and collaboration, enable for me to taste other soup from different countries. So thank you so much for being here. I'm very excited.
Wonderful. We're going to be getting into our breakout shortly, but let's take about two more. EM Collins, please, from Nigeria.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ekemini Mark Collins, and I'm from Nigeria. Currently, I serve with the Nigerian military as a helicopter pilot. Aside from being in the military, I'm also a trained data entry expert, meaning I help small businesses solve their data entry problems so they can function more efficiently. And my hobbies include reading and writing calligraphy. This is actually my first time here. I just hope to learn from other great minds here. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sir. Well, let's take. Okay, the next person, please. Mrs. Wellington, please.
Yes, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Olakiton Wellington from Nigeria. I'm a coach. I'm an ILO certified trainer. I'm the founder of Champion Women Mentoring Association of Nigeria. It's an association of women entrepreneurs. And I'm also the National Secretary, Association of Nigerian Women Business Network, which is a coalition of over 80 women associations. This is my first time here, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
You're very welcome, madam. Well, let's do the final one. I was almost going to be okay. I was almost going to be Temi, please. Temi, yep. We're switching over now. Temi, please.
I don't know. Is me, Temitayo? Is that?
Yes, please. Yes,
are you
please.
referring to me?
Yes, please, Madam Temi.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Temitayo Ladipo. Good evening, everybody. My name is Temitayo Ladipo from Nigeria. I'm a lawyer, a mediator, and an arbitrator. I learned about PALI on the SCMA Standing Conference of Mediation Advocates, and this is my first time here, and I hope to learn a number of things. Thank you, and enjoy the evening, everyone.
Thank you so very much. So let's get into the breakout because we need to move forward a little bit, and this is what we're going to do in the breakout. We're going to carry on with introductions in the breakout. You're going to be in a small group of about 4 leaders, and when you are in that group, you're going to course, mention your name, your country, something brief about you, and then a situation where you networked and it brought a huge difference in your life. A situation where you connected with other people, you opened up, you connected, networked, and it brought a huge transformation in your life. All right, so you should find a pop-up on your device. If you find a pop-up on your device, please accept it, and it will take you into the breakout group. And when you're there, please give yourself about 3 minutes each, because you do have about 12 minutes into this breakout session. Enjoy yourselves. And we're going to be asking for your feedback when you're back.
Not seeing the pop-ups. Oh, now I am.
Excellent. Enjoy your breakouts. See ya. Look on your device and accept it, and it will take you into your room. Hello, room one. Is everyone okay? Can anyone?
Okay, yes, I can hear you clearly now. Thank you.
Okay. I don't hear any conversation going on. Someone should start the conversation.
What is the conversation going to be about for those of us that are new?
Okay.
Or just invited for the program?
Yes, we sent the questions. Introduce yourself, your name, your country, what you do, and share one story about how networking has changed your life.
Okay, let me begin since the one I've been speaking. Brigadier General Adewale
Hello, group 17. Are you okay?
Pastor Kofi, we are 3, but one left.
Okay.
I tried to ask hello, but there wasn't any response from any of them.
Okay. Okay, there's another person here, so you could start. You could start.
Yeah, so we are just
Okay. Okay. All right, awesome. Hello, everyone. Okay, do you need help to be sent to your room? Because still many people.
Yes, Kofi.
Yes, Giselle.
I was in a room with one other person.
Uh-huh.
I was in a room with one other person, room 15, with one other person, and we were talking, and then that person ended up leaving the room. A new person, whilst in the middle of talking, then a new person came in.
Really?
Just one person, and then we weren't able. They weren't unmuting. So I've come back into the main session now.
Oh, they were not.
I think I need help to be assigned to a room.
Okay.
Yes, me too.
All right, 1 second. 1 sec.
Sola, that's the person she's put in the chat. So she came out of the room we were in. It jumped out. Maybe something's gone wrong with the breakout rooms.
Okay. Let me check this. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Giselle. Just give me a sec.
Hello.
Hi,
Okay.
Jackie. Is your breakout working? Let me join this group.
No. I'm alone in my room.
Yes, that's what happened with me. I was
Really?
with one other, and then I was alone. So
Okay, let me try this. Otherwise,
All right, who's next, guys?
Hi everyone, am I audible?
I can hear you.
Okay. My name is Adekunbi Ogunsui. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a product designer. I'm also a tech writer, and I am a youth advocate.
please, does anyone need help to be sent to a room? Giselle?
yes, I'm not in a room.
Okay. I can't find you. Let me see.
Yes, I'm also not in a room.
Okay.
I think quite a few people might not be in a room.
Okay.
I'm not in the room.
Or how many people? How many of us are in the main chat, and we can maybe use the main chat as a quick intro.
Yes, Giselle, please go ahead. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. We do have about 12 people not gone to their rooms yet. So let's start.
So should we use for these 12 people? So
yes, Mason Burr is here. Gosh. Okay.
Do you want me to start or?
Yes, please start. Please start. Please start so we don't waste the time. Thanks.
Okay, so did you know that the way you carry your body throughout the day? Oh, sorry. Did you know that the way your mood, behavior, and productivity My name is Giselle, and I'm a posture and movement expert of 25 years. Typically, I deliver group workshops as well as one-to-one sessions where I teach you how to improve your posture, reduce and eliminate back pain, and manage stress. I provide simple tools and practices that can be incorporated into your daily activities and lifestyle for optimum health and well-being. In the workplace, at home, or at the gym. I specialize in the Alexander technique, so it's very, very powerful. You can embark on the journey of self-discovery, boost your confidence.
Hello, room 12. Are you good? I don't hear anyone speaking.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello, Madam Solis. Are you good?
Yes, please.
Okay, no one is speaking. Oh, you finished talking.
Actually, yes, so I called, but no one responded, so I had to mute
I see.
my mic again.
I see. Hello, Mr. Aaron.
So I don't know.
Hello, Mr. Moses. Are you here? Okay. Maybe his computer is here, but
I can hear you now.
okay, yes, please.
Oh, okay.
You
So
have a colleague, so please go ahead and introduce yourselves and make friends.
yeah. So yes, hello, good
Good
evening.
evening, man. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very well.
Sounds good. Yes, so I'm Solace from Ghana, and yeah, I'm a teacher and an administrator as well in a private school.
I am Arogundade Moses, a reverend in Methodist Church.
Oh,
and
okay.
a guidance,
Okay.
a trained guidance and counselor.
Oh, all right.
And
All right.
I also teach in
Mm-hmm.
some
Mm-hmm.
organizations when I'm given the opportunity. But I'm a
okay.
full-time pastor
Oh, all right.
of the
That's
Methodist Church.
fine. All right. All right. Okay. So I worship with the Church of Pentecost actually. in Ghana.
Okay. I came to Methodist Church Ghana some time ago.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I have not been traveling. I'm always in Ghana, and I'm free
Oh wow.
to travel. Yeah, because I need to explore.
Yes, that's necessary.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
necessary.
So when
I
you're
also
done,
trained as a teacher at a point.
Yes, please, almost. Oh, please, you ask the question.
No. I said I also trained as a teacher. I graduated as an Greek specialist in education.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's good. You know, pastors are all teachers, actually.
Is networking. Networking has been the best thing. And I'm an author, and one of my books says that networks reflect your net worth. It's called Gangos, it's on Amazon. But in there, I was trying to narrate that, listen, social capital is money. When you meet people, when you get an opportunity to meet somebody, that's money. So I'm a networking addict. I respect, honor, and understand the joy of high-profile networking and deliberate networking, cultivating good relationships when I jump into a network. So yeah, I love networking. And yes, of course, networking needs a lot of EQ. So that's why when I saw this topic, I came running. The country director for, in Commonwealth, we are divided into different countries. We are in 25 countries like South Africa and all those. So the country director for South Africa shared it in one of our groups that join. This is an awesome opportunity. Please join in our social group. So we jumped in here. We don't know head from toe. We just saw the topic and came running, but it's a good networking opportunity. It's an honor to be here, and I'm excited to learn.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm just a participant as well, but Kofi will, Dr. Kofi will be back on in a moment when people come out of their breakout rooms, and you'll be able to get the rest of what you haven't missed too much, so it's fine.
Excellent. I think we have just about 3 minutes to go. Please carry on with the introductions.
Oh, you are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do my introduction too. Good evening, everyone. It's nighttime here. My name is Rachel Mwakale, and I work with an organization called Junior Achievement Uganda. It's a worldwide organization that works with young people and empowers them to have skill set and mindset to build thriving communities. And it's in South Africa, it's Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, to mention a few. So yeah, that's a bit about me, about what I do, and I'm happy to be here for this session.
Fine, sir. Good done, sir.
Thank you. I didn't want to
anybody
use
else
up
like
a
to
lot
share?
of minutes.
Sure. So about a minute to go. So one more person to go.
Otherwise, Kofi, maybe say a few words about PALI.
Hulda is going to do that right away.
Two
Right
new
after this.
people on here that have just joined.
Yes, Hulda is going to do
Okay.
that right away, right after this. Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, sure. So we go back to.
Would anybody else like to share a few words about themselves?
All right. Can you hear me?
Wait, 20 seconds to go.
My name is Hamza from Nigeria. I would like to appreciate the fact that I'm here and
So there's really a lot you can do
Good.
together if you have a good network.
All right, very good. Welcome back. Welcome back home. Welcome back.
Oh my God, I was shot.
Welcome back. Can we get just one or two feedback as we get ready? We get ready. Can one person share something they got? Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. We don't want to mute everyone as it goes. It becomes difficult to unlock you. Please raise your hand. You want to share some quick feedback? Mr. Samuel Orobosa, please.
Can I continue with mine?
Thank you so much, sir, for the privilege.
It's just to hear some quick feedback
first
from
time
your breakout. So this is just
on
feedback from your breakout.
Yeah, I was assigned to room 19. I was assigned to room 19.
Okay.
And it was a robust discussion. And it's obvious that everyone in room 19, we've actually benefited from networking.
Wow.
And we had someone in room 19 that is doing so well because of his connection with PALI. And I'm glad to be here. And I do know I'll be a beneficiary of the networking. And we were quick to spot out that most facilitation we attend, you see resource persons just begin to speak for almost, that is all. But it is peculiar and amiable that PALI gives attendees opportunity to network. And I think I have bought into your slogan, your network is your network. Thank you for the privilege.
Very well, sir. Thank you so much. Well, can we get some quick feedback from Mrs. Wellington, please, from your breakout? If not, finally, Dr. Wayo, please.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
Yes, sir. How was your breakout?
So I was in, it was fantastic. I was in group 25. I met Arvette Henry from Jamaica and a fellow Nigerian, Audion, Cosmos Audion from Nigeria. Yeah. So he's a soldier. Arvette is a project management expert. We were really digging into each other when the time was really too short. But we actually had a great session and it was great networking. Great networking. It was a great experience. So I really appreciate this. It's my first time here, and this is going to be an unforgettable experience. Thank you very much. I happen to be a public speaking expert. I'm the 3-time West and Central African champion of public speaking, and it was great to find out so many people are interested in that. And so we're connecting already, and this would be a very, very fantastic time. Thank you so much.
This is incredible. And sir, you speak so well. You do speak so well. Please, distinguished leaders, do put your connections, your contacts, your LinkedIn in the chat room because people will want to be following you and connecting with you. Final. Segun, please.
Okay, can I still talk, please? I was actually trying to unmute.
Yes, please. Yes, please, very quickly. Feedback from
Okay, I just wanted to say it was a very good meet. We were able to learn that there's so many things people are doing and not actually realizing their mentoring, their coaching. And then we were also able to get each other's contact. We decided to visit each other's countries. You know, it was a good meet. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, which group number was that?
Yes, sir.
All right, that is beautiful. All right, distinguished leaders, are you ready for the emotional intelligence session? If you're ready, just put ready. And let's take a quick commercial break. And then we get into the emotional intelligence session. Just watch how a PALI graduation looks like. And right after that, we get a message from our registrar at PALI. And then we get into emotional intelligence. You don't want to miss emotional intelligence. Watch this. So after a PALI course, we all gather in Ghana yearly for graduation. This is the last graduation we had in January this year. Watch this.
I'm not here to say many words, but the vision of PALI is to have a world that is led in every single sector by holistic, entrepreneurial, and conscientious leaders. We have run more than 21 professional leadership courses over these last 3 years. And these courses have covered all the major areas that leaders work.
As a result of the PALI courses, I've become a more inclusive and compassionate leader, one who values collaboration over competition and seeks to empower those around me to reach their full potential.
Leaders must be creative. Leaders must create new ideas and not repeat the same stereotypes. And most importantly, leaders must accept and take the lead of change where necessary.
That's the Air Vice Marshal Phillips himself. And Miss Giselle herself. Oh, that's Ambassador Gassi. Thank you. We're getting ready for networking, but let's hear from our registrar and then we introduce the Major General. Over to you, registrar, please. You want to share your slides, please? Let's take an announcement.
Yeah, thank you so much, Doc. Okay, thank you so much, Doc. So just a quick one. All right. Okay. Okay.
So we're taking a quick.
Okay, please. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, yes, I can see it. We can see it. Just go ahead.
Okay. Special greetings to all our wonderful leaders right here. It's a great opportunity to be here. I see this as a family meeting because at PALI, our Lumina is a global network. I mean, it's a global family. And so special welcome to all leaders here who are new to PALI. This is Pan-African Leadership Institute. And this is a place where we raise or we develop holistic, conscientious, and entrepreneurial leaders for a better Africa. And at PALI, we offer executive leadership courses, which is a blend of in-person and then online as well. So this evening or morning or afternoon, depending on where you are watching me from, I'm going to be very brief. I'm going to run us through our PALI courses. We have wonderful courses for all leaders. And so PALI, we run courses in almost every aspect of leadership. So I'm going to go through the courses that we have for the rest of the year. Okay. A second, please. Okay, so yes, sorry, my laptop is going. So just in few days, we are going to start our political leadership professional course. And this course is for anyone at all, any leader who yearns or is willing to learn how to lead politically or think politically. And during the political leadership course, we are going to touch on the fundamentals of political leadership. We're going to talk about servant leadership. We're going to talk about financing political campaigns, the strategies, the required strategies that political leaders are supposed to use in financing political campaigns. We'll talk about the legal wisdom needed for effective political campaigns. We'll talk about security and intelligence in political leadership and many, many more. At PALI, our courses are very, very practical, top-notch, and you get it's a vertical approach, sorry, a horizontal approach of learning. And so we have a rich facilitators who are top-notch and ready to lecture. And also we have executive students bringing in their ideas in our classes. So this is for our new leaders right here. That's how PALI classes are very, very interactive, as you even see in our networking sessions. So that's the political leadership course. Deadline is on August 4th. And so enrollment is open at the moment. Secure your slots now before it's too late. Secure your slot now. And it's over 4 weeks. So we have 4 Saturdays to run this course. All right. And then, as I already mentioned, the course is for anyone or any leader who wants to learn more about political leaders, as well as those leaders who are already politicians, CEOs of organization, advisors to leadership, and many more. So this is the political leadership course, and it's happening live in the month of August. Then we move to our maiden and golden gateway to Africa leadership program. This is new in PALI, and in this program, we are going to discover, we are going to uncover, and we are going to dig deep into the secrets of Africa, what really happened in the transatlantic slave trade era. We are going to understand Africa. We are going to understand also the Ghanaian economy, the culture, politics, and we are going to learn about the African music, the history behind it, and all that. And so this is a course for every African or every leader who wants to travel and have the best experience in Africa, and also for leaders in the African American leaders, Caribbean, the Afro-Latinas. But this is a course for them. And this is a 5-week course. It is happening in the month of September on Sundays. 5 weeks course on Sundays. You don't want to miss it. Enrollment is opened already, and secure your slots now because there are very, very, very limited slots. That is the gateway to Africa. Then we move to our educational leadership professional course. Educational leadership professional course. This course is going to expose leaders to the fundamentals of educational leadership. We'll talk about ethics, we'll talk about values, we'll talk about technology, we'll talk about current trends and the future of educational leadership. And also we are going to talk about teaching and learning skills for both young people and for adults. We're also going to touch on psychology of holistic education. This is the educational leadership course. This and many more. PALI courses are very in-depth. And who is this course for? First of all, any leader who wishes to excel in his or her leadership, wherever he or she says, this course is for you. For professionals and entrepreneurs in the educational space, this is a course for you. For education policymakers, curriculum specialists, head of departments or head of institutions, especially educational institutions, this is a course for you. Lecturers and instructional coaches, this is a course for you. So that is our educational leadership course. This is also commencing in the month of September, and it's a 3-week course. 3-week course in the month of September, and it will be run over 3 Saturdays. So the Gateway to Africa course is a 5-week course in September, and it will be run on Sundays, and the educational leadership course will be run on Saturdays. You don't want to miss it. Enrollment is opened, and we have very, very limited slots for this course as well. And yes, to our crown jewel course, that's the personal MBA. This course touches the core of every leader's personal and professional life. Personal and professional life. And in the personal MBA course, we are going to talk about self-analysis, self-discovery, and we are going to learn some secrets from the best Ivy League business schools. Secret that is going to help you shape or sharpen your leadership skills to be able to lead effectively at every level, no matter the level you are in leadership. The personal MBA course is for you. And so for CEOs, for directors, for managers, head of departments, every senior leader must take this course. Yes. And then finally, in 2025, we have our in-person leadership immersion course. This is a fully physical course right here in Ghana. You get to visit historic sites. You get to go on educational tours. You get to engage yourself in transformational leadership dialogues. So this is just some few pictures from the recent one we had here in Ghana, the visit to the Cape Coast Castle, the Kwame Nkrumah Museum, a visit to the former president's house. You can't miss the immersion course. There's a lot of networking going on in the immersion course. Yes. So to enroll for our continuing students, they use the first link. But for new executive students, you use the second link. I'll post them in the chat room after the presentation. Yes. And yes, we are all invited to our 2025 graduation and leadership conference right here in Ghana. Last year was super. I mean, this year was super, and 2025 is going to be more super. So let's anticipate it. And before we leave, this is basically for our PALI alumni. Before we leave, I want us to do a very short exercise. So for any of the social media platforms that you find yourself on, maybe you're active on Facebook, you're active on Instagram, you're active on Twitter, any of the social media platforms that you're active on, kindly share a very your experience with PALI, a very short one, and attach hashtag PALI education. You share your experience and you attach hashtag PALI education. I'll post the links to, and when you do that, kindly tag PALI as well. I'll post the links to all these pages in the chat room. Thank you so much for your audience. And I hand over to Doc. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our very, very hardworking registrar here at PALI. Thank you for your hard work. Distinguished leaders, we are now ready for our emotional intelligence. If you're ready, please put in the chat room, I'm ready, ready, ready. I need to see like 6 readies before you go. If you look at this military uniform, you know we're here for serious business. This is the final part of our time together. So let's have like 7 readies as we get ready to fly on emotional intelligence. Your IQ may get you a job, but it's your EQ, your emotional intelligence, that will keep you on the job, and that will take you to the top. Thank you so much for being so ready. We have the Major General Dele. He's a chartered emotional intelligence professional. He is a poet. He is a public speaker. He's a trainer. And of course, he is a soldier here at PALI. It's interesting how many of our most distinguished alumni and also our chief academic director is also a former Air Force officer. They bring a lot of discipline into leadership. Major General Dele is a chartered emotional intelligence professional by the Chartered Institute of Management Consultants in the USA. He is a certified life coach. He is also an alumnus of the Pan-African Leadership Institute. Major General Dele is an alumnus also of the Harvard Kennedy School, Boston, USA. He holds a master's degree in strategic studies from the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, a master's degree in computer science from the University of Ilorin, and a master's degree in warfare studies. Okay, that is where I stop because I'm just afraid of war. All right, distinguished leaders, please let's go into the chat room and welcome this most distinguished leader to come and share some incredible insights on emotional intelligence with all of us. Stay glued, and if you have a question, please pop up your hand and we will take your question. Major Dele, on behalf of the whole of PALI and leaders around the world, we're very thankful to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Please feel free. We know we will go beyond our time by maybe about 10 minutes. So your time is intact. So thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. All right. It's a pleasure.
I'm sorry we can't see your face. I think your camera is off.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, now we can see you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to be given this opportunity to share my views on emotional intelligence. Some 2 years ago, a retired Army general who also was a mentor to me came to see me at the National Defense College, Nigeria, when I was a faculty member. And after waiting for me for about an hour before he saw me, when we met, he just said, "Dele, don't be like me. Dele, don't be like me." And I began to wonder, what was the matter? The general told me that when I was in service, there were quite a number of things that happened, and I took some wrong decisions and actions, and that eventually cost me my career. He left as a 1-star general. And actually, what happened was the fact that this man was extremely brilliant, someone we really looked up to in the military service. He had some good appointments until he became a one-star general. And when there was this board for promotion from one-star general to two-star generals, he came first based on his records, his courses, always having A's and B's, and it was top-notch. He came first in the promotion board. But when the board members sat, they said, from what we heard, that this man cannot work with us. He does not have good human relations. And that's how he was dropped the first year. The following year, he also emerged as the best all-round on paper. But when it came to people skills, the general was found lacking. And eventually, he was checked out of the system. Social skills, or what some people call people skills, is one of the very important components of emotional intelligence, which is our subject of discourse this evening. In time past, the emphasis has been on hard skills. When you have many certificates, you see yourself getting jobs. And when adverts are made, they will say you must have a second-class upper or first class before you are employed. So it's a gateway. But along the line, anyone that needs to climb to the zenith of his career, from what research has shown in recent times, and also many corporate organizations and even government organizations are beginning to imbibe the thinking that soft skills are even more important than the hard skills, the technical skills. And what are soft skills? Soft skills are like intangibles, what you cannot touch. What you cannot touch, but they matter oftentimes more than the hard skills. And soft skills include good communication skills, interpersonal skills, critical thinking, creative thinking, and emotional intelligence. In addition to that, researchers have identified that there's a strong positive relationship between emotional intelligence and leadership. And I tend to agree with these researchers. Why? Because leadership has to do with people. James Cozes said, if you think you're a leader and you're going and nobody is following you, then you're only taking a walk. You're taking a stroll. You're not a leader. Because the basic definition of leadership has to do with someone who has a vision, telling people about it, and those people understanding, influencing them to carry out that vision that he has so that they can achieve a goal. So it's all about people. And in emotional intelligence, which we'll get to as we go on, we will begin to see that people are very important. Another thing we need to take note of is, what is this emotional intelligence? What is this emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence, there are various definitions of emotional intelligence presently. But I decided to go with the one by Travis Bradbury, who says that emotional intelligence is your ability to recognize and understand emotions first in yourself and that of others, and the ability to use this awareness to manage behavior and relationships. So you see what I've said earlier, it has to do with people. Recognizing your emotions as an individual, that of others, and your ability to use this awareness to manage behavior and relationships. Let us now take a look at some myths about emotional intelligence, some falsehoods. Some people say that emotional intelligence cannot be learned. Please, that is a big falsehood. One peculiar thing about emotional intelligence is the fact that it can be learned with practice and experience. And that's what makes it unique, better than intelligence quotients. When people are born with high intelligence quotients, they remain like that. But emotional intelligence can be developed over time. And I can tell you for free that personally in my life, it's been about 7 years or thereabout now that I've been into this practice. And I can tell you for free that I have grown in my practice of emotional intelligence. But when you're intentional about these things, it helps you. Then practice. Please, can you meet yourself? Practice emotional intelligence will make you become a weakling, household. And also, the rest are listed there because of time, but emotional intelligence is for everybody, not just for leaders, even for children, spouses. Everybody in this world needs emotional intelligence. Well, this is just an awareness talk, so I will not go into too much details. So we're going to be looking at about 5 different scope items. We're going to be looking at components of emotional intelligence, signs of low emotional intelligence, measures to improve emotional intelligence, networking, a little about networking, and look at social capital. Components of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, there are different schools of thought about the components of emotional intelligence because it's an emerging field. It just barely over a decade ago, 1995 or thereabout, that was when it started becoming popular. So there are different schools of thought, emerging schools of thought, but I'm going to be sticking with the school of thought of Daniel Goleman, who sees emotional intelligence as having 5 different components, which is self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. I will just talk about them briefly as we go on. Self-awareness has to do with our ability to know, to perceive your own emotions and understand your tendencies across situations, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. That is self-awareness. And also, colleagues, friends, and families can assist us to know what our emotions are like. Because sometimes we think what we are doing is right, but we don't know. It's people that see us and can guide us. Then, taking some EI tests too can help us to understand ourselves. Next is self-regulation. Self-regulation has to do with what happens when you act unrestrained from taking action. It is dependent on your own self-awareness. It's the ability of using this awareness to either stay stable, flexible, or direct your behavior or actions. And I tell people that it's very important for them to rather respond to a situation than react. Why? Reactions are usually on impulse, and it will have serious negative unintended consequences. When a situation happens, there are 2 things. You can either react, which you do immediately, it happens. But oftentimes, when you react, it's on impulse and it has serious negative consequences. But when you respond to a situation, you have taken some little time to think about that situation. And that is where critical thinking comes in. You have looked, what is this action I want to take? What are the likely consequences? Are they negative or positive? That little time can make a difference, sometimes between life and death. And that's why even we in the military, issue of emotional intelligence is very important because decisions that are taken can mean life and death. Okay. I don't know why this picture is not coming on here, but what I wanted to show is about Will Smith and Chris Rock. Those of us that follow the entertainment industry will remember that some 2 years ago, Will Smith and Chris Rock had a problem. What happened? Chris Rock made a fun or made a joke about Will Smith's wife that she was going bald, and Will Smith got annoyed and went on stage and slapped Chris Rock. Chris Rock did not respond. He didn't say anything. He just smiled like, oh, what was happening? And the next thing was that Will Smith later apologized, but the apologies did not go too far. He wept, he wrote, but he was banned from the Oscar Academy for 10 years. And his film production was shut down. I can tell you for free that up till now, Will Smith has not actually recovered from that incident. But Chris Rock that even made that fun because he handled his own emotions properly. He was able to self-regulate. Nothing really happened to him. So we need to take note of that. And I have this to say, it's an African proverb, that if you are wearing a white dress like Dele, and you engage in a fight with a pig that just came out of the mud, after the fight, it may be difficult to know who actually is the pig, because both of you will be rubbed in mud, and your own mud might even be more than the one on the pig. It's an African proverb. Please, let's take note of that and ponder on it. So the next one is motivation. Motivation has to do with our ability of being driven to achieve for the sake of achievement. When we're not satisfied with the status quo, and change agents, which are the leaders PALI is actually training, are people like that. They are not satisfied with the status quo. They want things to change. So that is motivation. And I have this to say that motivated leaders are usually optimistic in the face of challenges, and these usually have a contagious effect on their subordinates. In the military, when we go for operations, if soldiers see that their commander is good to go and say, gentlemen, let us go and take on this objective, the soldiers too will be motivated. But if they see that the commander is exhibiting some form of fear, it will affect the subordinates. And in the civil sector too, if you see that you have a leader or a superior, that's a boss that comes early to work because he's really motivated, he wants things to happen, he wants change to happen, before you know it, everybody will align with that leader, because motivation has a way of being contagious. Next is empathy. Empathy has to do with putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. That is the most basic definition of empathy. Being able to put yourself in another person's shoes. Try to feel what they are feeling. For you to be able to discern emotions in other people and understand what they are going through. It's a very vital aspect of emotional intelligence. It also makes a leader to be able to get along with people of diverse background, creeds, and cultural beliefs. You can see other people's perspective when you have empathy. Please note, showing empathy as leaders does not mean that you compromise discipline in your place of work or business. Because when I teach this in various fora, the question always comes that, oh, so are we to become weaklings now? Because we want to show empathy, we want to be emotional. Do not compromise discipline because of empathy. And take note of this next thing too. I have to write it in red so that you know that how serious this is. Never ever sacrifice discipline on the altar of empathy. And I'll repeat, never ever on the altar of empathy. As leaders at various levels, the measure of effective leaders is the ability to balance between empathy and discipline. Now to social skills. Social skills has to do with the ability to use the awareness of one's own emotion and that of others to manage interactions successfully. And let us take a look at the importance of social skills. Social skills help people to communicate more effectively and efficiently. It helps to build, maintain, and grow relationships with colleagues, clients, and new contacts. Note those catchwords. Build, maintain, and grow relationships. Relationships not just be built, it needs to be nurtured. And we're going to be talking about that when I get to the, when we get to social capital and networking. And I have this to say, start building relationships long before you need them. Don't wait till somebody becomes a CEO of a company before you start relating closely to them. They will know that you are a friend of the office and not the friend of the person. So it's important that even when the person is in court, nothing, a young, maybe middle level or low level officer, build relationships so that in future, you can reap from that relationship. So don't be a friend of the office, but a friend of the individual. Strive to build relationships and not burn bridges. Take note of those words. Strive to build relationships. You might not be able to build effective relationships with everybody, but make efforts, because some people, they are incorrigible. They don't want to be friends, but strive as much as you can. Build relationships, don't burn bridges. Even when you have misunderstanding with people, leave a small part that you can see cross back, because that part, that door that you have closed, if you remove the key and throw it away, someday you might need to open that key to enter again. All right. So a recap now. Components of emotional intelligence: self-awareness. We have self-regulation, which is the ability to control destructive impulses and moods. Motivation, empathy, and last but not the least, social skills. So those are the 5 main components. As I've told us earlier, there are different schools of thought. There's a school of thought that broke them into 8. Some of it, there are 4. They talk about self-awareness, self-management. They talk about social management, but all of them, they are virtually the same thing. But this 5 is the one I feel comfortable with. That's why I stayed with it. This is actually by Daniel Goleman, who is arguably the father of emotional intelligence globally. So now let us take a look at signs of low emotional intelligence. When people that are struggling with empathy, listening skills, and they struggle with relationships and deep connections, know that they have low emotional intelligence. I'm not going to go into details. Okay, but let me just give an example. There was this case that happened in the military some years ago. It was the general that told me. It was a major when it happened. He lost his son during a course, and he called his directing staff and he said, "Sir, I will not be able to come for tomorrow's exercise because I just lost my son." The directing staff told him, he said, "Are you the first person to lose a son or a child?" When this senior officer was saying these, tears were almost dropping. His eyes were red. That's a typical example of somebody that lacks empathy. Okay. Okay, so next is measures to improve emotional intelligence level. I'm going practical now. Because of our time, I'll just mention them briefly. First, you need to know yourself. You can get a notebook to jot down your reactions at various situations, and you can ask friends and families to help you, give their feedback about your emotions. Then know your strengths and your weaknesses. I tell people you need to carry out what is called SWOT analysis on yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities and threats, but you can just limit it to strengths and weaknesses. It will help you. Also, knowing what triggers your feelings and take measures to control them. And if you find out that you snap when feeling overwhelmed at work, take a break to gather your thoughts. And after you have done all this, amongst others, and things do not change, please go to the hospital and see a therapist. Very, very important. Go to the hospital and see a therapist. So let us look at some tips to build effective relationship with subordinates. First, we need to listen more. Tune into non-verbal communication.
A quick question.
Tune into non-verbal communication. We need to go to... Okay, quick question. Okay, all right.
Yes, sir. What you started by talking about, I like what you said at the beginning. You talked about the fact you said that former retired military officer said you shouldn't be like him, and you talked about people skills. What is the connection between people skills and emotional intelligence?
Okay, sir. People skill is related to things like social skills. It's just a kind of semantics. People skill also is social skills. That is your ability to relate with people. And that's where I'm getting to now. How to build social, like now I'm talking about social skills, and I'm talking about tips to effective relationships. I'm talking about subordinates now. We're going to get to the one of relating with your superiors. That is where people skill comes in. That's where social skills comes in. That's where relational management too comes in. Ability to relate with people, guiding your own behavior and also relationship with people. And so those are the things we're looking at right now. Tune into non-verbal communication. You can call your subordinate by first name. It has a way of connecting. People that call me daily and people that call me General Gunadi, they are different people. And people that call me Arogues, I know that there's a deeper level because I got that nickname in my secondary school. So if I'm at the airport and somebody should call Arogues, I will turn, no matter the number of people that are there. Why? Because there's a deeper connection. research has shown it, and I've seen people too in various places that I've talked, I've spoken, they have said it. There's a connection, a deeper connection when you call people by first name. All right, be fully present, encourage your subordinates, give genuine recognition and praise. One of the things I do, I'm a commandant of a school, like the vice chancellor of a school. And one of the things I do to connect with my students that anytime they are doing their birthday, I have a database when they come for the course, and I have their birthdays. I make sure I write personal letters to them, signed personally. I don't delegate it to them. And also, I give them customized pen with their name on it. There was a private soldier that was invited to my office that, Commandant has a letter for you. And the soldier was scared and he was shaking. He gave the testimony himself. They said, Commandant has a letter for me. What have I done? And they now brought the letter. He had even forgotten that it was his birthday. So he now gave him the letter, he opened it, birthday, signed by the commandant. Honestly, he said, sir, that I've never seen this in my life. I've never seen it. And this is not the first time I've been doing it. In my former unit too, my chief clerk too that I did it for, he said, sir, in 33 years of service, nobody remembers my birthday. I don't even remember because I have so many problems. But now you gather people, they are singing for me, and you even got me a gift. He was shocked. But those things help us to connect deeply. Okay, so I have this to say that it is important that you give your subordinates wings to fly, provide resources for assigned tasks, and condone mistakes. Be a mentor, not a tormentor. This is something that encapsulates all this I've been talking about relating with subordinates. When I say give them wings, what it means is that let your subordinates express themselves. Let them be innovative. Don't cage them. There's what is called disruptors and entrepreneurs in any setting. It's the young ones. It's not the CEO. The CEO can be an entrepreneur that will start the organization or owns the organization. But the people that do the actual work, the innovators, the disruptors, they are the younger ones. So give them wings to fly. Provide resources for assigned tasks. Don't just say, go and do this. Give them the resources. It might be financial resources, it might be human resources, it might be any form of resource. Give them. Empower them to do it. When they make genuine mistakes, condone it. Genuine mistakes. Take note of that. Then be a mentor, not a tormentor. You should not be scaring people. You should not be a scarecrow at your place of work. So now let us look at building effective relationship with our superiors. First, know their personalities. What do they like or what do they dislike? Many of us have problems with our bosses because we don't take time to study them. Study people. Time will fail me to tell you so many things that I've learned along the line. I've worked with very interesting people in my career. I was military assistant to 3 different generals in the course of my career, and I learned a lot from working with interesting people. I don't call them difficult people, a lot. So, but you need to know them. When you know people, you'll be able to work with them. Do you know, leaders, that at a time, I tell people, the fact that your boss is an Arsenal fan, and Arsenal lost their last match, and you get to the office the next day, you say, look at those useless Arsenal boys. They are playing as if their legs are wood. The man will just be nodding. Because some people are very passionate about they are fanatical about the clubs they belong to. From that moment, everything you are doing might become wrong in his eyes. You'll be wondering, but this man we used to get along before. Why is it that I did this? No, your boss has a team, his team lost. It's not written in the books, but it's an emotional person. That is part of emotional intelligence. When such thing happens, empathize with your boss and encourage him that next time they will win. Maybe they sign Mbappe or another player, they'll be able to do well next time. Yes. I'm writing a book presently. I call them little things that matter. Little things that matters. You need these things, they look little, but sometimes it destroys relationships. So reading their moods and facial expressions, do not just present problems, suggest solutions when you are relating with your boss. Don't just go to him, sir, this one is bad, this one cannot happen, this. The man has so many things he's dealing with. Maybe it's a general manager, there's a director that is above him, pressure is coming from everywhere, handling so many things, and you come with your problems. Come with options. Sir, option 1, so and so. Option 2, option 3, advantages and disadvantages. You help the man rather than just dumping problem on his head. Comment also before you express a negative or different opinion. Comment. That's what they call the sandwich approach. when you are presenting issues. You comment, you try to correct, then you comment. Sandwich approach. So try to apply it. But see, no matter how small that good thing has done, say it first. Then, so however, you suggest something, then you now close it up that we are still doing well. It works. These are things that personally I've practiced and many people have practiced it, and it's working. So let us look at relating with toxic or difficult bosses. Look for a common ground. Always look for a common ground. It's very, very important. What are the things that you can do together? Talking about that football, if it means when you see the man that sometimes is not eye service, but is just understanding him, you must start watching football because of your boss and be able to make some comments about football. And that common ground will make you to relate. You might like playing chess. Learn how to play chess because of your boss, so that I can enter into it. Because I tell people, there's a key that opens the heart of the most difficult of men. There's a key. Every person, there's a key. And that's why even when some people want to get to some people, they look for people that they cannot refuse, they listen to. Identify that common ground. I learned how to play golf because of one of the bosses I work with. And we take some very better decisions on the golf when we're playing golf. And I just chip it, sir, so and so about this. I said, no problem. Go on. I said, sir, I want to travel to go and see my family for past. He said, okay, no problem. How long, how many days are you going for? Sir, maybe I can just take like 10 days because I've not traveled in the last 4 months. Okay, apply. The next day, people will see me say, how? This man will not give some people, or even 2 days pass. He's giving you 10 days. What are you doing? I'll just be smiling. Understand people. Have a common ground with them. Everybody have always their good times. Understand it. Then don't try to outshine your boss. Be diplomatic in your approach. Give feedbacks. That's what I've discovered in many spheres. People don't give feedbacks. Learn to give feedbacks. When you are given a task, feedback. I've done it. I'm on it. I cannot do it because of so reason. You carry the person along and they are cool and fine. Then, last but not the least, there are still many more, but these are just a few I've put up. Choose your battles. Don't fight every battle. Choose your battles. I have this to say. If you use your head to break coconut, you may not live to eat out of it. It's under African proverbs. We have a lot of proverbs in Africa. So we need to take note of this. If you use your head to break coconut, you may not live to eat out of it. I've never used my head, so I cannot prove whether it's true or not, but I think it's a good advice. All right, so we are going to networking now. Let me quickly say a few things. We have been giving some tips earlier, but I'll just say a few things about networking. The action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional, social contact. That is networking. Very, very important for all of us. And networking is an element of social capital. And we want to say, what is social capital? Social capital can be seen as the potential ability to obtain resources, favors, or information from one's personal connection. And I'm going to share a personal experience on this. About 2 months ago, 2 months, this is July, last month, I went for an event. Actually, I met this couple 2 years ago at a funeral service of another friend. And I've been seeing them on television and all the rest, but they were just sitting down on their own. I saw them, I recognized them. I went to greet them, introduce myself, and we just got talking and all the rest. We exchanged numbers, which I normally do. And we just kept communicating from time to time. We greet each other. On the man's birthday, I sent him a financial gift and also prayed with him and all the rest. It's actually a bishop. And the wife too. We kept communicating. Then this year, in February, the wife just sent me an invite that my husband is turning 70. Please, will you be able to honor us with your presence? It's not every, we are inviting few people. And I decided I was going to honor them to be for that meeting. I went there. I was there for about 5 days. The first day of the meeting, when I got there, I was sitting down. Lo and behold, somebody that I met 15 years ago who spoke at a meeting like this, and that meeting often now I've not recovered. It revolutionized my thinking. I met him. I've tried everything possible. I've written letters, emails, phone calls. All the people that know him, I've tried to reach, I could not reach him. I saw him walk into that meeting with his wife. I developed goosebumps. At a stage, I had to beg the person sitting next to him that, please, madam, go and sit on my seat. I need to see this man. I sat close to him and we just chatted. And I told him the influence I had in my life 15 years ago, 2009. That was when I only saw him and I've not seen since that time. And we just got talking. He was so excited. We hugged ourselves and everything. This man said, I'm going to come to your school to come and talk to your people. Just yesterday, this man told me, he said, I'm coming to your school for 5 days, pro bono, free of charge. As far back as that 2009, it takes millions of naira to invite him to come and speak for 1 hour. He was consultant to many banks. I will even mention his name so that people will not be in doubt. His name is Fela Durotoye. He was a presidential candidate in Nigeria in the last elections. He said, 5 days, I'm coming to Auchi in Edo State. It's a small place in Nigeria. He said, I'm coming for 5 days to speak to your people, free of charge. If I had not gone to honor somebody in that little town, because I spent a lot actually to go. It was a sacrifice to honor them. They felt honored, but I got something else. That was not the end. At that meeting, I saw a secondary school mate that I've not seen in 34 years. For the past 2 years, I've been trying to reach him because he heads an organization, that is in ICT and all the rest. And there and then we met, we spoke, and he said, I'm going to be donate some laptops to your school. In less than 1 week, he sent laptops to my school worth millions of naira. Networking. That is my social capital. Because I went for a meeting. So these are some of the examples that we see that when they talk about issue of your social capital, I say this, invest in your social capital, it is more dividend than money, ultimately. So social capital, you need to invest in it. It's not just about having cash. You might have cash sometime, but your cash might not be able to do it because you need somebody that is in a place that can speak on your behalf or do it for you. Success is not achieved in isolation. Please take note of that. Success is not achieved in isolation. You have 2 eyes. Even if you don't use glasses like me, and you can see very well, no matter how good your eyesight are, you cannot see the back of your head. You need help. So don't stay in a situation. Don't say, I'm an introvert, because of my temperament, that is why I'm like that. I'll just sit in my room. You will die in your room. That's why you see people that are in depression, they get isolated. Even in the animal kingdom, when the lion roars in the jungle, is to confuse people, to scatter them, to scatter other animals. And you now look for the lone antelope when all the others have run and it's alone. Isolation. But when they're in a pack, even buffaloes, you see buffaloes attacking and even killing lions. When they're in a group, isolation is bad. So don't isolate yourself, no matter what you do, no matter how good you are. If you're in isolation, you are working in the dark, nobody will see you. So some general tips to build social capital. First, don't assault people's sensibilities. Please. If you're a Christian and you have a Muslim friend and you are close, he comes to your house, you say, oh, I have bacon. Come and take bacon and fried egg. Bacon is from where? From pork, which is an abomination. It's an haram in Islam. You are assaulting his sensibility. He might never come to your house again. You should take note of those things. It's part of the empathy we are talking about. We should study the culture of the various environments we belong to. I went to visit an old man sometime last month, and I had eaten breakfast. But when I got to his house, he said, come and eat breakfast with me. I said, I have eaten. He said, no, you have eaten, but I've prepared breakfast for you. I saw his body language. I quickly opened the plate and I started eating. The man was very happy. He said, do you know what, my son, 86-year-old man. He said, do you know what, my son, the son that calls me general, son that calls me my son. He said, you don't eat food in the house of your enemy. You eating in my house shows you are my friend. And he smiled. He was very happy. We snapped pictures together. So it is very important. You need to understand the culture of a place. Some place, if you don't sit down on the floor with them, You cannot break into them, no matter what good news you have brought for them. Understand them. Avoid organization of opinion. Please don't, like now, some people, ladies, is common with ladies. All men are scum. All people from society that they say to us, let me just use Nigeria as an example too. Say, oh, Nigerians are fraudulent. Bad. Don't overgeneralize, because not everybody. Don't say all men are bad. All women like money. Women is money, 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 money. No, you might lose a very good friend just because of that. Treat people as individuals. Okay. Then love,
Major
learn
General,
to
how
love
much do
people
we
on
pay
their
for
own
all this wisdom? How
Sir?
much do we pay for all of this wisdom, sir? How much do we pay for it? Please carry on. We have a few minutes to go, but this is too much. This is just too much. Carry on, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I will soon round up now. Yeah, okay. Love people. Don't love people the way you feel you should love them. Love them on their own terms. This is one of the lessons I learned in my own marriage. I've been married for 25 years, but it took over 15 years for me to learn this. I'm a public person. My wife is a private person. She's an introvert. So she doesn't like crowds. She doesn't like. For me, I like to celebrate my wife because I'm proud of my wife. Because I hear people who say they cannot celebrate their wife because she's not beautiful enough, or because they're having side chicks and all the rest. I say, I'm love my wife. I'm proud of my wife. I put on my status. When she's doing birthday, I will call my friends across the world. I say, please, today's birthday, this is a number caller. At the end of the day, my wife will be weeping that she's overwhelmed and she cannot handle this. Why I kept doing it? Because I said, I love you, that's why I'm doing it. But along the line, it dawned on me that this woman that doesn't like this, why must I, if I love her, I should make her happy, not to make her sad. I stopped all those things and improved our relationship. She said, on my birthday, you can send text to me in the house, pray for me, and just the two of us. That is how I love. Don't put me on status, don't put me on Facebook, don't put me on social media, don't put me on DP, nowhere. I complied, and peace reigned. She's very happy about it. So we should love people on their own terms, not on our own terms. Some of my friends who they tell me daily, I know you like celebrating people. Please, my birthday is next tomorrow. Please don't put it on our platform. I don't want it. But since I've learned from my wife, those that have told me, I say, okay, no problem. I'll just call them, pray for them, sing for them. I like singing for people on their birthdays. Most people, I like to sing for them. And they wonder, your voice and everything, you just laugh over it. So love people on their own terms. Okay, celebrate or mourn with people. That's how you can be social capital. When people have things that are bothering them, that is where empathy comes into. So you see that emotional intelligence is linked seriously with issue of building social capital. Be mindful of your posts on social media. There are some people, they always send devotional to you. Most of us here are Christians. You read, you have your own devotion, you have your own church. Some people unsolicited forwarded messages, you continue sending it. Some you even want them, they will continue. Do you know what happened? Some I archive them, some I block, and too. And on the long run, when they have important information to give me, you miss it because they feel they must impose their own devotional on you. Please don't force people. Even the same thing goes with poaching people from churches or mosque. Don't try to force people to for your own belief. Relate with people and do their own thing. Let your life speak. Okay, attend people's social events. I told you what I gained from that. Join relevant clubs and professional communities. Very, very important. Quite a number of people that are on this platform today, they are from different communities I belong to. When I wanted to speak, I posted it there. I see people from my alternative dispute resolution group, they are here. People from Octopus speakers pool, they are here. And others, and some of them have even spoken this evening. That is it. People of like minds, pull them together, learn from them. That's the only way to grow. And you get a lot of gigs by doing that. Visit important places where people of like minds go to. I'm a poet. So when they are launching poetry books, I'm there. When they're having book reading, I'm there. Because I need to network and learn, unlearn and relearn people of like minds. You can go to a hotel and just buy a bottle of Coke and sit down. There are some people, if you need to see them, that's the only place you can see them. 4 5-star hotels, you see them there. I'm telling you, it works. So you need to know where you can reach the want to reach. There are some people that go to the, when Goodluck Jonathan, I remember very well, was our president. Some people started attending the Aso Rock Chapel, not because they love God so much, but they know that some of the people that they need to talk to, they cannot see in their office, after service, they'll just corner them and spend 2 minutes, use the elevator speech, and they are there, and deals are sealed. Talking about important places, just about 2 months ago, there was something I needed from a principal staff officer. I know if I go to his office, it's always busy and everything. We were having lunch. The man just finished eating lunch, and everybody was cracking jokes and everything. I saw that the seat next to him was empty. I just moved there. I greeted him. Sir, so I said, no. That thing is a dead case. Nobody's ready to listen to this one, that one. I said, sir, I know he's dead, but for so reasons, sir, we have to resurrect it. He laughed. He said, Kai, Dele, okay. Let's see. You're right. I wrote. When I wrote again, I told him, sir, I've written. He said, okay. It's true. Within a month, that something that was dead for 1 year was approved and funds released. We're on the project now. Knowing the right time to speak. But if lunchtime I sat in my room and here I'm fasting, or I don't want to relate with other people, I will miss that. Give people gifts and don't reject gifts. It depends in context. When I mean don't reject gifts now, you see, I've heard of people that, let's say an MD of a company now, a younger employee gave him a gift. And in front of that younger employee, he gave the gift to another person. You have killed the spirit of that person. No empathy at all. No matter how small or insignificant a gift is, collect it. Look at the love behind it and take it. People, some of my mentees give me recharge cards, 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira on my birthday or when I've achieved something. I thank them profusely. I show gratitude. And they feel so appreciated because that's all they can afford. So please don't reject gifts and give gifts as much as possible. It might not be on their birthday. Appreciate people, honor people. Very, very important in building social capital. Commit names to memory. Learn people's names. When you meet people, try to know them by their first name. It goes a long way, or by their nickname. Check on people on routine basis. Don't wait until when you need $5,000 for a business. That's when somebody that you're not spoken to in 10 years. I say, good evening. Please, can you loan me $5,000? I need it urgently. You don't know this one. You don't care. Maybe he was even sick at the time. You don't even know where he is and everything. And you just come and say, because you need money. Please build relationship. Build it over time. Nurture it. With calls, text message. I just called to check on you. Hope you are doing fine. Your children are fine. Finish. Leave it. You are building. Because someday you might need to go and withdraw from that your social capital that you are building now. Be knowledgeable about current events is very, very important. Okay. Call people on special days to them. Check on your customers from time to time. Even know their birthdays, their anniversaries, your customers. Don't tell them that you have new product. Just greet them. Happy birthday or happy anniversary, or I'm just checking on you. Hope you are doing well, in this economy. Then in 2 weeks' time, when you are telling him that you have a product to sell to him, he will know that you are the person that cares. We are all emotional beings. All of us are emotional. So please take note of this. Give freebies to your community members from time to time. If you're a writer, sometimes you need to give some chapters of a book free or do pro bono stuff. You will reap it someday. Okay. Yes, your integrity will strengthen your social capital. Take note of this, please. Your integrity will strengthen your social capital. When you're a man of integrity, integrity too is a currency that you can spend in future. But it takes long to build integrity. People might have seen you for 15 years, 20 years. There are some people that on the strength of our relationship in secondary school and even 30-something years ago in the academy, that they're dealing with me on some things. They say, if Dele is involved in this thing, I know it will work. Build integrity. Is to strengthen your social capital. Then I wrote this in red because it's very critical. Never, ever abuse the privilege of access. When someone that is in a high position, a position of authority in any organization gives you access, maybe gives you his card, he gives you his contact number, his direct line, don't abuse that privilege of access. Don't be greeting good morning every day. I don't want to greet you. You are bothering him from time to time. Don't barge into his privacy. Don't go to his house uninvited. When they invite you for lunch, don't eat food that is about $1,000 when he is just on the food of $50. Even the Holy Book say when they invite you to lunch, put a knife to your throat. Don't eat as if there's no tomorrow. Please never abuse the privilege of access. Allow them to have their privacy. Don't call anytime because you feel you have their number. In fact, many people even prefer text because they might be busy. Send text to them. When they are free, they will check through and they will reply you. Take note of that. Then, this, I'm rounding off now. Some tips on how to break the ice. They are what they call icebreakers. This is like, as I said, it's just a combo of things that can help you in life. Test it. Look for common grounds. Use somebody at the airport. Look, if it's a guy, try football first. Euro 2024 was going on, maybe at that time. Talk about it. Do you think Portugal, with the way Ronaldo is playing, will they win this Euro 2024? If he's a football fan, the enthusiasm will show you. If it doesn't show enthusiasm, look for something else. If you're in Nigeria now, you see that the issue of minimum wage is going on. Mention it. How are you coping with this economic situation? Everybody that is in a country, Nigeria, like Nigeria now, you are facing the economic hardship. My guy, he's so and so. Before you know it, you start. So what do? From there, you have broken the ice. You have established a common ground. What do? I'm into so and so. Hey, that's one of my ideas, and my daughter loves so. And before you know it, the discussion starts from there. By the time you are finishing, before you catch your flight, you have exchanged your complimentary cards. I tell people, if an entrepreneur or complimentary card, you might not have time to talk too much, but this, all the few lines there would have said, this is what to do, this is your contact address, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, and you give it to the person. And you're good to go. And if you are that important to that person, if you are taking his card, immediately after, before you forget, send a text. I hope you enjoy the flight and everything. How are you settling down? I hope you arrive to your station safely. Before you can build a relationship on that. Perfect your elevator speech. Time will fail me to explain in details. Elevator speech has to do with what you can say in the shortest possible time. In 2 minutes, describe yourself. Your name, what to do, where you can be contacted. Practice it. Because you might just have 2 minutes. I tell people that if they give me 5 minutes to talk on emotional intelligence, I know what to say. If it is 10 minutes, I know what to say. If it is 30 minutes, I know what to say. I just needed that time. So if you meet people too, what to do, you need to be able to pass it across to people in the shortest possible time, how to package yourself. Then compliment people, learn to compliment people. I'm telling you, it works in various ways. I remember just about 2 weeks ago, I got a dress that is worth, how many dollars now? Maybe about $100 or so. A very senior officer who is senior to me, and his dress was looking very nice. I said, sir, we are looking so good with this your dress. By the time we are going back after this conference, sir, please, sir, I wouldn't mind if you just package this clothes, sir, for me, and I'll collect it. He just smiled. I said, sir, your tailor is very good. He said, hey, really? The way he was smiling, it's like I could feel that this man, they don't usually compliment his dress. Looking at it, he said, oh, that's good. Do you like this dress? I said, yes, sir, it looks very good on you. He said, no, my tailor can sew one for you. I said, really? I said, sir, please, I would like to get his contact. This man, in fact, the second day, he called my line so many times, and I was busy at an R&D site, so I could not say, the tailor was around, and this. To cut the long story short, when we go back from the conference, we go back to Abuja, he got the tailor for me to measure me, and as I speak to you, that cloth they sold a replica of that cloth for me, and it's in my place. It's in my wardrobe. So these are little things that we can do that can make us get connected to people. Some people that you think they are very high up there, they don't get people to even look at their face. People feel that they don't have any problem. Checking on them, it goes a long way. All right. Your network is your net worth. This is a slogan in PALI. And I'm going to round off now as I give this true life story that happened just last week. I was traveling from Abuja to my station. My vehicle, a Jeep, an IBM Jeep, just like a G-Wagon, had problems. In fact, by the time they came to check it, the engine had knocked. I was like some 100 kilometers out of Abuja. in like no man's land. There and then, I picked my phone. I called the nearest military unit. I called the commanding officer by his first name. Why I had a relationship with him. I called him. I said, please, my vehicle has just broken down, so and so place. I need you to get me a vehicle to come and get me out of this place. He said, yes, sir. I called the next higher unit ahead. He's a brigade commander. I called him by his first name. Haruna, I've not seen you in a long while. You have not even invited him to come and visit in your unit. He says, I'm very sorry, sir. He said, how can I help you, sir? I say, Haruna, I need you to prepare a vehicle in your location. My vehicle has broken down, so a vehicle is bringing me to your location. From your location, they will take me to my own location. He said, no problem, sir. I called another officer who was in charge of the workshop. I called him, Ade, I need you to send a recovery vehicle to come and recover my Jeep. It has broken down in so place. You take it to your workshop so that we can ready to fix it later. In less than 1 hour, all these people came to work. They got to work. The man that was in the closest unit sent his own staff car with his driver and orderly to come and carry me. His own staff car. And that's how he took me and my family to the next place. The man that has the brigade commander in the other place, he says, sir, they are not going to wait for you by the road. You will come to my office. I got to his office, we sat down, we gisted and everything. He presented a plaque to me, also gave my daughter a gift, monetary gift, and carried his driver, his orderly, and escort to escort me to any place. My wife said, today I've learned a lesson. That if it was she will see that in fact, she will not even know what to do. As far, she doesn't even know who to call. That she has learned that indeed this network is actually a network. Your social capital is very important. That you can call people in different places and not everyone are responding. Why? Because I had a relationship with them. I did not know my vehicle would break down, but I took time to build this relationship. Yeah, my time is up. Build your social capital. It pays dividend more than money in the long run. And finally, yes, I close on that. There's a quote I wanted to show, but it's not shown on my screen. I don't know whether you can see it. We say that if people in your circle are not contributing to your growth, it's actually you're in a cage. If the people in your circle are not contributing to your growth, you're actually in a cage. I think it's Stephen Kerr that said that. Thank you very much for your time and some recommended books. Thank you very much.
All right, distinguished leaders, please kindly go in the chat room and express appreciation. We're at the end. We're wrapping up in like 3 minutes, 3 or so minutes. So just stay glued, but go in the chat room and just say something very deep to Major General. I don't think any of us can pay for the wisdom that we have received. Here at PALI, it always takes a whole community to say thank you. So we will be going to Trinidad and Tobago to receive appreciation on behalf of all of us here at PALI, as well as our friends that have joined us and perhaps beginning to explore joining the PALI family. So we're going to be going to Trinidad. Before that, there is a gentleman from South Africa. He is the director for the Omega Center for Management, a leading leadership institute that has been training leaders from around the world for almost, I think, 20 years or so. If Mr. Chris Aderibige is here, we will let him say a quick hello before we go to Trinidad. For all of us to remember that next weekend on the 3rd of August, we have another similar forum that is on the PALI Global Forum on cross-cultural intelligence, that is coming up next weekend. So do share with your friends again. That is open to the public as well. So looking forward to that. Before we go to Trinidad, is the distinguished Mr. Chris Aderibige here. He would say a greeting, and then we go to Trinidad and bring the class to a close. Mr. Chris, please, are you here? All right. In the absence of that, please, let's go to one of, I like all the comments coming through the chat room. Incredible. Let's go to Trinidad. She is a principal, and she is a PALI alumni, a fresh PALI alumni, in the person of Mrs. Wahida Mohammed Nareen. Mrs. Wahida, please, what do you think about the class today? I know because of time, we would have received reflections from everyone in class and taken even many questions, but I think what we have received has deeply sunk in. Mrs. Wahida.
All right, I'm here. Thank you, sir.
Also, I wish
so on behalf of all the leaders,
but it's okay, go ahead.
are you all hearing me?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, okay, great. All right, so on behalf of all the leaders and my colleagues in leadership, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Major General Delhi for this inspirational, deep information on the topic of networking and social emotional intelligence. And what we learned today, I'm sure it's immense, is something that we could take back to our organization, because I think today is much needed. We look at EI in terms of the ability to be aware of one's feelings in the present moment. And one of the takeaways from today's session is that we are learning how to build effective leadership by studying people, learn about people. We learned about the sandwich assessment. Do not fight every battle because we cannot win every battle. We look for a common ground. And of course, I saw a lot of things on the chat, and not a tormentor. All right, so we do not fight people. We just try to meet a common ground. And of course, we will take your advice in saying success is not achieved in isolation. And that's a takeaway from today's session. So thank you, sir. Thank you for the information today. It's accepted by all, and I think that it's going to be taken back by us in our organization. And of course, thank you, PALI, for the opportunity today. Back to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Wahida Mohammed Nareen, all the way from beautiful Trinidad. Thank you so very much for those very deep reflections. What a time. And dear PALI alumni, please, you're going to be receiving these slides respectfully. I believe the Major General will be more than happy to share these slides. Just before we shout out, as you may know, when we finish class, we shout out our PALI ethical standards. Can I just get one last person as we leave? You just really feel like this session has really been awesome to you. I want to give you like just 15 seconds to say something. Just one person, pop up your hand very quickly. This has been spontaneous.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Derek. My name is Derek. I'm in Kampala, and I thank the organizers for this. My take home is that you have to deal with people in whatever category they are, and you have to understand them and be patient with them. And it doesn't matter, people who are up or down, you have to respect and be patient with them. Thank you very much for that brief help for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Ruby, please. Just
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
Ruby. Yep.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sincerely speaking, I would like to, give a big shout out to the organizers of this event. Sincerely speaking, this is actually a mind-blowing event. I actually saw it on my father's page, which is in the person of Major General Dele Arogundadi. I saw it on his status when he posted it, and I'm so obliged to be part of this. In fact, this is a big offer that I would say just came at the platter of gold. One of my take home is on his speech when talking about people, he said, love people on their own terms, not on your own terms, right? So basically that's one of the things, out of numerous things that I've actually jotted down that I'm going to be using as a practical step to my relationship with people. Thank you so very much, Pan.
Thank you so much. Mr. Franco Kante, do you want to go the last? Mr. Franco Kante, are you able to go the last, please? Mr. Frank. All right. We want to respect your time.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir. Good one.
thank you. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much, everybody. And ladies and gentlemen, friends, colleagues from across the world, a big round of applause for General Daly for this amazing, amazing wisdom he shared with us. It's just so, so amazing. General Daly, God bless you so much and for blessing us and impacting on us. And on this note, thank you very much,
Thank you, sir.
Doctor, for the opportunity.
We're very
God bless you.
grateful. All right, we get to the PALI tradition before we leave. Please unmute your microphone. Unmute all microphones, and we're all going to read and shout this together. We have received too much wisdom. Make a date on the 3rd of August. Is a cross-cultural intelligence, and we'll be able to find the network and also learn about cross-cultural intelligence and everything. Let's go together.
What time will that be?
Global community
The highest
standard.
I am driven
Integrity, love, gratitude, excellence, and service. Understand that effective leadership thrives on network and network is my network. In networking relationship building, learning from teachers that I am one of the most respected leaders in the world.
leaders in the world.
Follow this teaching.
Well,
Whoa. Night. Have a great night.
Awesome.
Have a great night.
Well,
That
thank
video.
you very much. I'm happy.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good